The United States president just signed off on a TikTok bill that would ban the app from being used by US citizens. If you want to stop being reliant on these types of social media platforms like TikTok, where the US government or whatever government you are living in right now decides to just halt any type of access for their citizens to advertise and market on there, let me share with you my thoughts and my strategies moving forward so that I'm less reliant on these social media sites. Hey, before we get started on discussing this TikTok bill that just passed today, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. If you're interested in freeze drying or interested in running a business through freeze drying, then you want to subscribe to this channel because I'm all about freeze drying as a business and providing you tools and resources and videos to help you grow that business or inspire you to start one. All right, so for a little bit of context, first of all, my name is David. I live in Boise, Idaho. And why am I talking to you in this parking lot? Well, right over here, that you may not be able to see in camera, is my commercial kitchen that I rent for my freeze drying business. I've ran a freeze drying business for the past 4 years, and I started out in my garage in my home, and then I transitioned over to commercial kitchen. And one of the ways that I market my business is through social media sites like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you're doing the same, there was a bill that was passed today on April 24th by President Biden of the United States, and it technically banned TikTok from its US citizens. Now, if you're not familiar with TikTok or you're not familiar with the bill that just passed, that's okay. This is still going to be relevant for you because it pertains to pretty much all types of social media sites, because this kind of sets a precedent for what could happen to other social media sites that we all use to market our business. Now, this bill, objectively speaking, was intended to protect the US citizens as well as the US government from security hacks and security types of breaches that they believe the Chinese government would use as a part of the company that owns TikTok in its majority. That company is ByteDance, and you can look it up. It's a Chinese company. And so what the US government wants TikTok to do is divest away, meaning like basically sell the majority part of their company to a US type company. They don't know what type of company that's going to be. But that way the US government, quote, has more authority to understand what the app is collecting on information from all of its US citizens as well as the government and how it's being used. Now, this does make sense just because there are a lot of foreign adversaries of the US government, and they do try to infiltrate our intelligence systems. And so one of the big ways to do that is social media, because we're all on it. And so that way they can know our location, they can know data about ourselves. So it does make a little bit of sense. So to summarize, the TikTok ban bill was really formed to make sure that the ByteDance company was not a majority owner of TikTok, and therefore they would divest and sell it to a US-based type of company. We don't know what type of company that's going to be, and so that's what the whole point is. In this bill, they gave TikTok 9 months to actually divest and sell it to a company. So you're not going to see any types of problems with you advertising and promoting on TikTok your business for the next 9 months. And even if they didn't find a buyer, they still have the opportunity to extend it 3 more months. So really, there's a whole year left of us using TikTok and not having to fear it being shut down. But TikTok as a company is not going to let this go through without a fight. They are going to challenge this as being unconstitutional by the First Amendment right of the United States Constitution. So they are going to challenge it in the US court, and this could drag out for years. Now, even though there are a lot of questions as to whether this is actually going to come into law and it will be banned from all apps for US citizens to download, this is a great time to assess whether you are very reliant on growing your business and getting sales from social media sites like these, because it could happen. There actually could be a ban on TikTok. And who says that there couldn't be a future ban on some of these other social media sites like Facebook and Instagram, things like that, because now the US government has set a precedent that they can force a company that is majority owned from another country that they don't like to then divest to be owned by their own country's companies, if that makes sense. So now we could probably have in the future other foreign companies say, hey, I don't like it that you're a US-based type of company, Facebook. we're going to require that if you want to be in our country, that you're going to have to divest and be owned by some of our companies based in our country. So this could have rippling effects, but this is a great reason why you should be looking at your business right now and assessing whether you are too reliant on these social media sites. So here are some ways for you to diversify how you can reach your customers. Number one is start collecting information on your customers via their address if you can get that. So you can do mailers to their address through an opt-in process. Opting in means that they are actually saying, yes, you can send me materials through the mail. The second part is collect their phone number. You can apply to have text messaging marketing services if that customer opts in, and that's a great way for you to collect information and be able to send out any type of notifications of products, things like that for your business. Number three is an email list, and this list is yours to own, and it's your most valuable asset because if everybody else shuts off their social media sites, if your website provider shuts down your website, you have a way to reach out to your customers with an email to direct them to how to purchase or buy from you. And you can use email marketing to grow your business when you want to, and you can be less reliant on all these social media sites. And in fact, the return on investment for email marketing is staggering. For every dollar that you spend, the average return is $34 to $35 for every email address that you market to. So the TikTok bill is not banning TikTok. You can continue to use your app and use the TikTok shop to promote your business, and I would continue to do so. But this does give us a great opportunity to assess our marketing strategies right now. And if we are too reliant on social media sites to drive sales to our businesses, then we need to focus on ways that we can drive sales in other ways that we can control, like email, phone, and physical addresses. If you want to check out more videos about freeze drying, check out the thumbnails coming up next. I'll see you there.